Hey everybody, I want to talk to you about grammar. So, I know a lot of times people don't feel very confident with grammar because they don't feel like they ever really learned it when they were in high school or in elementary school. And so, I just want to take a minute and teach you something that I think is really going to help. As an English teacher, this has been kind of the solid rule that I've taught to my students, and it really seems to help in their writing and also on their standardized tests, on their ACT, on their AP Lang scores. Learning this one simple rule will take you a long way in your writing. So, this is the mother of all grammar rules. So, next slide. All right, so when you were in elementary school, you had to learn your math facts. So, 2 plus 2 equals 4. It sounds right because it actually is right. When you take 2 items, 2 apples, and you add 2 more apples, they equal, well, you can't see it because my web browser, my camera's in the way, but it's actually 4 apples. So 2 plus 2 equals 4 is right because when you add 2 apples to 2 apples, you get 4 apples. It's logical. It actually makes sense because there's a mathematical principle behind it. Unfortunately, a lot of grammar rules, people just assume that because if something sounds right, it is right. And we're really taking advantage of the concept that maybe you grew up in an environment where people are speaking proper English all the time. And quite honestly, that's just really unfair to kids who maybe don't live in an environment where people are speaking proper English. So there are rules, just like in math. So it's not math, but it looks like it. And for those math nerds out there who are going to tell me you can't have 2 equal signs in one equation, I'm just going to tell you to get over that because I think you can understand. So a period is equal to a semicolon is equal to a comma plus a fanboy. The fanboys are for and nor, but or, yet, and so. So anywhere in the sentence that you could put a period, if you've got 2 complete thoughts strung together, you could put a period in between them, okay? Or you could choose to put a semicolon there, or you could choose to put a comma plus one of the fanboys. Note that these fanboys, for and nor, but or, yet, and so, are very commonly used. And if you want to try to memorize them, I don't know why they have the magical powers that they do, but there are certain words that aren't on this list. Words like because and since and when and whether, whenever. Those words we rule out simply because they're too long if you need to memorize them, but they don't have the same power. So if those words come in the middle of a sentence, we get to eat dessert when we eat our dinner. You don't put a comma in the middle of that sentence because it's not a fanboy. We get to eat dessert, period. When we eat our dinner, period. If you put a when in there, it's just when. There's no comma that goes with it because it's not a fanboy. You're hooking up 2 complete thoughts, but if you don't have a fanboy with it, if it's those are words, other words are called subordinating conjunctions, they don't get commas. So the simple fact is, anywhere you can put a period, you could also put a semicolon, or you could choose to put a comma plus a fanboy. Okay, they've got magical powers in our language. I'm not really sure why, but they do. So hopefully that simple rule will help you to improve your writing overall. That's it.